Oh, it's gonna be funny. No apologies. Unapologetically funny. You feel me? No apologies. Yeah, let's go. Ain't nobody saying sorry.
All right.
What you gotta get done?
Where at?
I mean, I don't know. You at the chair? What's happening?
No, I just like lighting.
No, the lighting. Okay.
Yeah, You
do any selfies or anything?
I just do positive affirmations.
Okay, that's
In the mirror, I just kind of remind myself while we're here.
John Grimes, y'all.
For me.
John Grimes.
For me, we're here for me, and
That's
this is nice.
what's going on.
These might be my assistants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to put in my writer what I wanted to hear. So how's it going,
Good,
man?
man.
Thanks for having me in this wonderful place.
Y'all ready for it?
About to get to some trouble?
Get into some trouble.
All right, okay. You gotta tell me twice. Keep the Vaseline. Who knows? What might happen out here? All right.
Welcome back to Unapologetically Funny, where, ain't nobody sorry. You know what I'm saying? If I said it, I said it. It's funny. This is what it's about, and I got a very special guest here from my hometown, St. Louis, Mr. John Grimes. Come on up, bro.
I'm not normally out. I'm actually a stay-at-home dad. What makes me unique, though, is that my kids are in daycare. So, just kind of stay at home. Some people would call that unemployed. Tomato, tomato. I'm not here to name names, guys. I'm just living my best life. We actually just bought a house last year, too. Thank you. In this economy, thank you. It's not easy to do. Let me correct that. My girl bought the house, okay? Thank you. She makes me clarify. She bought it. We moved in on this particular night. One of my friends did well. 2 girls approached him and said, hey, let's go get drinks. He's like, let's go to the bar down the street. I didn't drive. I raised my hand. I drove to my car. My homeboy opens up his door. He gets in. The 2 girls open the back seats. And they're like, hey, there's baby seats back here. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm a dad. And they're like, are you going to take the baby seats out so we can sit down? You know how hard it is to put a baby seat back in the car?
Oh my
I'm not doing that for some hoes. Look here, girls. It's a 2-mile walk, okay? You can either start walking down Sunset right now, or you can go sit in those baby seats. Bitches getting baby seats, okay? They get right in there. That 70-pound weight limit is not real. It was $150 sitting in there. Ass was covered in graham crackers when she got out. I'm John Grimes. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Thank you.
It was right on. That was great.
Oh, that's fine. That's great. Thank you for laughing. I owe you.
You're a funny dude, man. How long you been doing this?
Comedy?
Yeah.
This is my 10th year now.
All right.
This is year number 10 we're going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you seem very seasoned too, man. Now, did you start in St. Louis or did you
I did 1 show in St. Louis and then decided to move to LA. So you would probably call me a more LA comic than St. Louis comic.
You just from St. Louis?
I'm from St. Louis,
Right
yeah,
on.
but I did all the work here.
Okay.
Don't advise that at all. Horrible idea.
But hold on. Yeah, so did you have an issue when you went back home? Because see, St. Louis is a different place, y'all. Like for real, like they will destroy you or you will be made from how they are. You know, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Like you can't play in St. Louis. You have to be the funniest. Or if you're a singer, you gotta be the best singer. You know what I mean? They're unforgiving.
And yeah, I felt that. And so what the problem was is that I went and did 1 comedy competition and didn't win.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm so funny.
Yeah.
I don't even need St. Louis. I'm going to just go to Hollywood and they'll understand. Mm-hmm. And that took 10 years. We still not there.
But when you went back.
The belief system is there. Now, that part was interesting, right? So because I was more of a LA comic than I was a St. Louis comic, when I reached out to perform in St. Louis, they were like, oh, you're in LA? Come on back. Come on to St. Louis. We'll give you a show. And they gave me a shot. And then I just took advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah.
And now I can go back every year and headline.
That's
but
what's up.
that was really cool. Shout out to LA for having that hype factor about yourselves that you can just get people to say, from LA? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But St. Louis is kind of like that. You know, it's one of those places where if you're there trying to make it, they may not accept you. But if you're from somewhere else, Oh yeah, come on.
That's basically it.
That's how it is.
I preemptively did that, knowing that if I said, "Hey man, I live right down the street," they'd been like,
They'd have been like,
"Yeah, why don't you go back down the street?" You know.
Now, what also could have happened is when you went back, had you not been as interestingly funny as you are, you could have been destroyed up in St. Louis.
You know what?
Developing out here.
Here's the thing. Okay, so I knew that what I was doing in LA isn't St. Louis.
Right.
And so when I secured the show, I knew I had to scrap most of the stuff I was doing because they would have cut me off mid-show, like, "Hey, what is this shit you doing?
What you doing?
It's not the John I know." Like they would have yelled that shit out at me. So I was like, okay, so I need to know, I need to anticipate that and like structure my set so that the people in St. Louis know, oh yeah, he one of us. He's just out in LA. And ironically, that show was crazy because it wasn't for me. I actually booked that show promising to bring them a headliner to St. Louis that was in LA. And so they were just like, oh, a local comic's gonna bring us a headliner? Come on back, bring the headliner, we'll give you guys a whole night. And I was like, deal. And the headliner never committed to me. So I just pretended like he did the whole time with the cooler. Oh yeah, he said he can't wait, and you guys need to have Fiji waters and all this other stuff in the green room. And then like 2 days before the show, I called the club and said he had like a crazy incident. He won't be able to come. And they were like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, you're not gonna believe this. I'll headline. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I've been preparing for it. You guys are good. Trust me. Just let us have the show still. We'll add like another comic before me, and I'll just close the show out. And they were like, this is gonna be a horrible idea. And obviously it went really, 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 really well. Yeah. And then they told me at the end of the show, you can come back whenever. So.
What'd you do, Helium?
Helium.
Yeah.
I had just opened the club up maybe like a year, and I did that room and brought a good crowd out. And so
that always counts.
They were like, yo, you were funny and people liked you, so whenever you want to come back, let us know. And I've been doing Helium every year since. That was in 2016.
That's dope.
I didn't sound like this when I got to LA.
Right.
But I got a job at a bank, and I was talking to my clients, and they kept saying, I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Right.
I can't understand.
Because people don't understand us from St. Louis when we're talking like over there.
Yeah, I was right there. They're like, was he talking to us?
What does that mean? Right.
And I would just have to slow down and enunciate.
Right.
And like, that slowed me down so much that I realized that, oh, well, if my clients at the bank can't understand me, what are the audiences in LA going to do when I start telling my jokes how I normally tell them, or how I normally talk in St. Louis? And so I had to start, adjusting and slowing down mostly. I was just a really fast talker.
Yeah.
And when I get excited, I still get fast again.
You get back, yeah.
And so when I got to St. Louis, I like to call it, I made up this term, I don't even know if it's a real thing, familial regression, right? So the minute I saw everybody I knew already, my voice, everything just came out of my mouth exactly before I left. And so everybody in the room was just like, makes perfect sense to me. I hear everything he's saying. But then like my girl was watching this, like, when do you ever sound like that? I don't know who that dude is. And I was like, I can't
do the same
explain
thing.
it. It's just from my family, my people, like it just comes out of my neck.
Yep.
I
talk to my brother, same thing. I'd be like, hey, so what everybody doing back home and woo, 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 I even say woo, woo, woo. Like, yeah, she said woo, woo, woo. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Woo, woo is that's a placeholder in our language.
It means something.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you met this girl and she said what?
Woo, woo.
And then we know what that means. She came back. Did she come over? Yeah, woo, woo, woo. And
pop some woo, woos.
We know what that.
Who's in there?
I did a big show in St. Louis. That was when I bombed years ago.
Oh, you did a big show?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was they did it in some comedy club. I mean, not a comedy club, in a nightclub.
Got it.
And I didn't particularly like doing comedy unless it's in a comedy club. And it was glasses clinking in the background, niggas trying to get girls in the background, music was playing. I'm like, we're doing a comedy show, and you got R. Kelly bumping in the background, wild comedians.
Comedy clubs are, the people are conditioned to want to listen, whereas bar shows are like, you're gonna have to make us listen. And another thing that will distinguish is comedy clubs, usually they come there for jokes.
Yeah.
And other shows, they just came there to laugh.
That's what I was
So
explaining
you're
that to
gonna have
people
to
afterwards.
do that instead.
You just wasn't funny. No.
Oh yeah. That's,
Like I was.
that's how. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
No, that's
so-
real. It's real because, you know, depending on where you live, how you grew up, how your life is,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for you to build out that 3-minute ass bit
Yeah.
that's so perfectly constructed so I can appreciate the infrastructure of
That's
your joke.
home.
Nah,
they
bro,
want you to
what
go
is
straight in.
funny? Hit me straight. Get to it.
Pop, pop, pop.
Like
straight
everything should be a pop every time, you know?
Every
So I'm able to, I'm glad I grew up in St. Louis, I think, because when I hit the road and did other shows outside of LA, and everybody was like, or people I be with on the show was like, man, I ain't never did a room like this before. I was like, I feel like I'm back home. This is, let me go first. I'll go first. What the fuck? Like, you just come out there with that aggressive energy. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
If you ever go to St. Louis, you'll understand why. You're like, oh, okay, I see why he's.
Yeah. It's
This
a
is-
survival of the fittest.
This is nice.
You know, I when I first met you, you was doing a show. I think you were hosting for Comedian Juice out there.
Yes.
And shout out to Juice.
Shout out
man.
Juice.
Yeah, I
That
gotta
was a
I
fun
gotta
show.
get him on here. Yeah.
That was a fun show.
But I saw the way you handled the crowd, and your material was refreshingly funny to me, and I liked. I'm not gonna talk about all your material. That's for you to do. But I like when you was talking to black women
yes.
about your current relationship
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
And I
yes.
thought, wow, he would be a great person to be on either one of my stage shows or on this show, which I was planning to do, of Unapologetically Funny, because see, that was funny. But
Thank
you could very well, if you weren't you and tried to do that, it could ruin you.
It could.
And
That-
you can share it with them.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
No,
I-
that joke is probably one of my favorite jokes. It's probably the one that has gotten me the most like action and interaction, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it opens a different dialogue up for people. And so the joke, I'll tell you what happened. I was doing jokes, right? I'm obviously, I don't know about obviously, but maybe you guys have picked up on it. My girl is white, right? And so a lot of times I would do a show.
Obviously, like we know.
Come on, you
everybody knows.
It's always somebody that goes, oh yeah, I saw that. I kind of got that vibe. Like, what you mean you got that vibe? I ain't did nothing yet that would give you that vibe. But I would go places or go out and talk to black chicks, and they would say, you just look like white girls. I don't know why you talking to me. And I'd be like, you should play the lottery. No, just play. No, I don't know why, but I always got that from growing up.
Yeah.
Middle school, high school, everywhere. And I didn't date a white girl until I was in my late 20s. But it was just something
They
they
just
thought
felt
about me,
you.
right? And so, you know what they do though? They say, you like white girls or you gay? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, what that means
It's
to you
because
is
you
I'm not
wasn't-
your type
That's all it means.
that's ever approached you in this manner for sure. And so
Right.
you like, no. I would have met somebody like you before. So, yeah. But I be going, that's another conversation. But no, so I'll do shows, and some of my jokes, you have to know that my girl is white for the joke to make sense. So I will level set the room and go, oh yeah, by the way, my girl's white. And I would keep doing jokes, and I realized that somewhere in the show or my set, the crowd would start getting weird on me. And this is usually shows that were like predominantly black, right? And the sisters would just kind of go, fuck this nigga, right? Basically.
Yeah, you were the white girl, so why am I
and
listening
so
to
they would
you?
start tuning me out, or drinks start clinking. They would pull their phones out, and I was like, I was just killing the first half of the show. What happened? And an older comic one day came up to me and was like, you don't see what's happening every time you perform? I'm like, no. He's like, every time you mention your girl white, the room just goes,
Lose them.
then you lose the room. And I was like, that makes no sense. If y'all knew what I was doing. And so I said that, and everybody that heard me say that remark that I said next about what I was doing,
Which is genius.
they were just like, oh, that's funny. And I was like, really? Interesting. And so the joke, and I don't know if I can tell them about it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
this your time.
the joke is I mentioned that I'm white, that my girl's white, and then I acknowledged the awkwardness in the room right away because you can hear girls or somebody mumbling like, I knew it, or like I started leaning into that reaction I was getting. I would ignore it previously, but the more seasoned I got and more confident I got, I realized like I can't get this room back on my side unless I address this elephant in the room. And so that joke mostly is about how I took my white girlfriend back home to St. Louis, Missouri, which is obviously one of the most racial states in the country.
Oh
like
my
Missouri is like, if you're familiar
Still.
with like the Ferguson protests, like that's St. Louis. That's like 5 miles away from St. Louis. So
Still.
That is the climate of that city all the time. Like it's just black, white, nothing else. Like I didn't see another race until
What, 2000?
college. I got to
Late?
college. What are these other people? I thought they was just like on TV. Like it was
Only white and black people.
That's
all
how it
we
is
knew.
there, right? Like you just check those two boxes. You know what I'm saying? So the joke is about how I take her back to St. Louis, and the white people there look at us crazy because we're an interracial couple, but I don't care about their reactions. It just hurts me more when I get reactions from black women, because black women are more honest facially, and that just means that they can give me the look, and I can hear the shit even without looking at them, you know? Yep. And so that joke is basically about everybody that sees a black guy with a white girl, they think that we've somehow switched sides or that we're like less of a black man, you know? And I think it's the opposite. I'm actually more pro-black than you think. And then I look out into the audience and I say, black women, who would you rather me cheat on? And I just stare into the audience for like 30 seconds. And then all the black girls are like, what the fuck? And so I present a conundrum for you. And then you have to decide what's the lesser of the two evils, right? Do you want to be mad that I'm with her, or do you want me to ruin your life?
That's genius to me. That's well thought through for something that's as ridiculous
like,
as it
everybody,
is.
Like the room always reacts the same way, like what the fuck? And you know,
and you get them back.
And I get them back with that little silly,
humor,
but it's funny, and it's like, you know what? The point of the joke is you're not missing out on much anyway. You don't act like y'all was like looking for me anyway. But y'all didn't like. But if you was, it's what you gonna get.
It's so extreme for a very common situation.
Exactly. Like we're seeing interracial couples, but not too many, especially black comics, will lean into like actually dating a white girl. They'll usually like gloss over it or try to like be like hush about it or like, hey, it wasn't my idea, or it's like, no, I just lean into it all the way. And I'm like, this is where we are, and if you still like me after the show, you already see how I get down. So it's up to you, sis. Now, that's one of my favorite jokes because that's the joke that I thought got me back into rooms that I used to not want to do those jokes in. I was like, why do I keep not having the same success? And so once I started doing that joke, people come up to me after the show, other comedians be like, yo, that shit, you got that shit everywhere,
it really
man.
is.
It's like a mind fuck, man.
You gotta be clever with that. Like it's a sensitive subject for some people.
Very much so. Race is always gonna be sensitive.
And you could have ran from
in our culture, it's like a crazier dynamic because there is a lot of perceptions when a black guy dates outside of his race. And with any race, when you date outside your race, most people are gonna be like, what, you couldn't find one of us? And it's like, so I get it. I get it to this day. We've been together like 10 years, and I still run into black women that want to have that conversation with me. And I'm just like, really? You're going to try to sell me on this house now, huh? Like, you really trying to, like...
You didn't want me in the beginning.
10 years later, you want me to, like, okay, I guess now it's the time to leave her. Like,
see, I think...
Fuck the kids. I got to go.
I think that's something that you deliver so well, and you seem very unapologetic with it. You pushed it, and you did it very well, man.
And
you could have ruined that joke.
It could go awry. Like the way if I would do it the wrong way or didn't say it as confidently as I do, I think the only way I can do it is because I genuinely am trying to convey a very important message to everybody out there, whether what side you're on. Like, I'm gonna be a headache to you one way or the other. So you just gotta choose what you want.
Which one you want?
Which one you want to do? Okay. So because I didn't find myself. Like, that's not a lie to me in the delivery and how I created that joke. When you tell the truth, it's not hard at all.
Now that leads me to something.
It's just not hard.
I know as a comedian, telling your truth. What was that?
I said, so you a cheat.
You're not cheating, you're not trying, sweetheart. Come on now, focus.
Hey. It's all the other stuff he said, not the cheating.
The joke.
It's the joke.
Is a cheater. That's what makes it true.
That's what a lot of comedians do too. You speak your truth.
We'll talk after the show.
You speak your truth, but you exaggerate some things for the extremities of you bend it.
Stretching the truth is a good description, right? The humor is there. The
you
joke
may
is
never
there.
literally cheat at all.
I might literally
but
cheat.
you're speaking to a lot of people who do.
Right.
Right, and cheating don't count until you get caught.
He's blinking.
Was that a joke? Well, okay, I'm kidding. Look at the camera and say you're kidding.
Or am
kidding.
I?
Right? That's comedy, right? Come on, guys.
Hey, man, I'm anything for the joke. dude.
Laugh is there. We're going to get it out of you.
Yeah,
One way or the
I mean, if
other.
it's funny, it's funny.
And cheating, obviously, is a taboo topic, which is another thing that makes that joke hard, because if
Right.
you have a good cheating joke, it has to be a good cheating joke, because the audience is going to get weird, because most comedy audiences are what? Couples, right?
Yeah.
So if you laugh too hard at a cheating joke, it's like, motherfucker, what you?
Yeah.
You like that one? You like
She
that joke?
like,
Of
what
all
you?
the
Why
jokes
you?
tonight?
Why it's so funny to you? Yeah.
So it's fun to like
Facts.
stare at a couple while I'm doing that joke, knowing where I'm about to go with it, and notice like, oh, that guy hasn't been laughing much at all. Watch this, and like I'll see him like finally go, wow, oh shit, damn, that's funny. Like he'll try to like, regain his composure, but it's just such a fun joke. You can't help but react like, I did not think you was going there, bro. Like so, misdirection is a very important component of
Misdirection.
comedy. So
Very good.
that joke to me is the best representation of how my brain works, how I like to create a joke, and how I like to get you ready for a big fun moment. And then so when I do that joke, the delivery of it, I get really animated, and yeah, I'll let you see it.
But
Check it.
John,
It's a fun joke to watch,
did
even
you-
after I tell you.
Do you have? Did you run into like a big road? Like, was it hard for you to get to that point, or was that kind of a natural transition for you? Like when you started doing comedy.
You're talking about that, or just
Well,
being that
to
honest?
to be that honest and to be risque
So
with your material.
I've always thought that I had I'm a disarming person, right? So when you're disarming, you can kind of talk about things that other people can't, because people don't feel threatened by the way you're delivering it. And so I don't know if that's because of my sales career or how I've always just been a public speaker, but I can talk about things that people won't want to go down. And the way you present it is everything, right? How I frame
Delivery.
it will make you go, all right, we can have this conversation. He's not doing it too abrasively,
Right.
And so when I create jokes like that, I want to talk about tougher topics because I know I can get there in a delicate way.
Yeah.
And so that joke to me is a representative of how my comedy is, because I talk about a lot more serious things too. But it's like, how are you gonna make a joke out of this? And it's like, it's coming, but you have to be able to do that with ridiculous things like cheating,
Right.
to get to protests and
yeah, exactly.
riots and like things that are like way more deeper to talk about. So, I mean, when that thing happened in Ferguson and all that, like, you can't help but want to talk about those kind of things.
Right.
But I'm a comedian, so you have to make it funny. And that's an Oscar Wilde quote, I think, that says, if you're gonna tell the truth, it better be funny or they'll kill you, right? And
I
so
love that.
that's
Very
really
well-
the reality
yes.
of it. Whatever you talk about, no matter how deep it is, if it's not a smile at the end, you doing a little too much. we gotta cut that off.
Now,
you know,
leading
so.
to that point, do you find humor in things, or are you trying to create humor?
I struggle creating humor. I can't help but look at the realities and go, there's something funny there. You know, and that's probably just
I agree.
a representation of our life. Like growing up where we grew up,
Yep.
you live in so many shitty situations, or you experience so many shitty situations, you just find yourself going, well, at least this.
That's
right?
that's survival.
Like we got evicted once when I was in second grade, and my school bus was riding past our house as we were getting our shit thrown out on the sidewalk, and one of my classmates on the bus was like, are y'all getting evicted? And my brother was like, no, it's a yard sale, and like just kept riding. And so they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, yard sale. Ooh, good save. But
Yeah.
like, that's the kind of humor we've always grown up around, that it's like, no matter what happens, there's something funny here.
There's
And so we
something
just
funny.
always took that. And that's my brother. My mom was at her dad's funeral. And my aunt, her sister, was laying on the coffin crying for my grandpa. And my mom goes, he can't hear you. Like in the middle of the funeral. And I was like, oh my God. If my mom jokes like this, there's no way I can't not find humor in
There you
things
go.
that people, don't want to find it in. It's just in me to go, I can squeeze something out of this. you
Yeah.
know? So,
I love
I
that.
find it in the realities more than I can create a fake or not genuine laugh, so.
That makes a difference. That makes a difference between the greats, or people who will become great. I think is like you're saying, literally just finding the funny in it, observing the funny
Or
in it.
it's jumping out at you, and it's
It's
like, y'all
there
wanna
in your
acknowledge
face.
this, we gotta talk about this. Is funny. I know it's a serious moment, but this is kind of funny what's happening. And so I'm that inner voice in a lot of people's minds that's saying, I'm not gonna say it, but I do see what you're saying, And so I try to get that little voice out of y'all when I'm on stage. Like, it's in there. Like, you know, you got that funny bone in you that would laugh at something like this, and I'm trying to reel it out of you. So that's me on stage. I'm that chaotic person, seeing where your mind will go with me.
So what's your goals though with everything? Like, are you into doing TV, movies? Do you have a lot of credits with that, or where are you trying to go with everything?
I would only act if it could further my comedic career, right? Like,
comedic
I would just want more people to be aware of me so they could check out more of my stand-up. Like, I love stand-up. That's A1 to me, right?
Yeah, okay.
Not A1, just 1 or A. I don't want there to be like a 1B or something. So stand-up that's where it's at. I know like acting and all that stuff is fun. I would do it if it's like a opportunity, right, to expose myself to a bigger audience, or to, like, if I could creatively make like sketches that would also represent the humor I have, right? So the Chappelle Show is a good example of that, right? Like, those are probably jokes he had already written, and it's like, I'm not doing this on stage anymore, but it could be a great sketch.
Absolutely.
You know, so I would do that type of range of acting, but for mostly, I would just want to tell jokes to nice people and then go home. I'm all about working the shortest shift available.
Yeah.
And stand-up, to me, is the shortest job I could think of.
Does stand-up pay the bills for you though?
We are, I would say, almost 100% functional on stand-up. Like, I quit my job last March to do stand-up full-time, and it's just been a...
That's work.
Thank you.
Like that, for anybody who don't know much about stand-up, it doesn't pay unless you're really grinding a certain way.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to go about it intelligently.
Yeah, and I would credit some of my resourcefulness with that, my college connections, my hometown connections. So I've been able to go to like cities that I have like no influence in and do shows. Like, where I taped my last half hour was in Indianapolis. I never lived there, but I went to college an hour north of it, and so I was able to use my connections to like get on the local TV there so they could promote the taping. And then I ended up having like 100 people at the theater. It was a 100-seat theater, so it was a full theater for my taping. And I was just like, well, this is good. And so now I like try to do things like that in other cities I'm not connected to, because you give somebody something to do for a night, you could get a good crowd. So yeah, I'm always about hustling for it. We're this close. I'm like,
That's great. That's great.
By the time this airs, we'll be 100% now.
Yeah. And is that the goal? Just to continue to tour? Like, do you work with any other names? Do you like to connect yourself with other names?
I've been fortunate to go on the road with other comics. This past weekend, I just came back from Columbus, Ohio. I opened for Tony Rock.
Oh, wow.
So he's a very funny guy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you open for another comic, it's like a 30-minute set. And then the headliner comes out and does like an hour plus, right? So it's just a 2-man show. So like, I just get to walk out into a random city that not my fan base at all. So I get to be like a breath of fresh air to them, and just get to do all these jokes with no like preconceived notions at all. So I get to set the room every time. So we did 5 shows over the weekend, and it's like a 400-seat theater. You know, I'm in LA. Literally 2 weeks ago, I did a show for 2 people. 2 people, a couple. It was just me and a couple watching me. And I was like, I'm going to appreciate this someday. And then I look up, and 2 days ago, there's 450 people sitting in front of me. And I'm like, okay. I got to tell the 2 people about this. This is crazy.
You got to tell the 2 people.
225 times
only in
more
comedy,
people.
It seems like. Only in comedy can that happen.
So you got to just be ready. But the way I approached that room of 2 people prepared me for the 400. Because I took them seriously. I want them to have a good time. And so when I see that many people, I'm like, barbecue chicken right here. What? Like, I just did 2 people. If I can make 2 people laugh in this awkward setting, surely all these people who came and paid for somebody else, they don't even know who I am, they're going to love me, right?
That's
so
amazing.
I've been blessed. I don't call that luck. Blessed to be able to like feature for Tony. And we had a good weekend, so it was really fun. If I can do stuff like that more, that would help, obviously, get you to that goal of like fully functional, you know, do my own headlining weekends, then feature for another big comic, then you kind of like cross align with their fans. Now you're building a fan base while still cultivating your own. So yeah, that's the goal. And I keep my day job. Stay-at-home dad.
Stay-at-home dad. I love that, man.
Gosh.
Man, I'm so glad you got a chance to come on here with us, man.
This is fun. This is great. I didn't know.
Hey, man.
This was so wholesome and warm.
Well, you know, it's a wholesome and warm and welcoming environment.
I get to just be myself. I thought I had to, like, you know.
Nah, man. And this is the joke I like to
I don't
tell.
want to lose a sponsor or something like that.
Man, but that's the whole point of unapologetic. You know, no regrets, man. No, you know, and I don't offer this to anybody. It's people who are talented enough to be funny without hurting people or trying to hurt people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being malicious in some sort of way.
Right, no.
But you are just being you, and you're being funny, and you're crafting your material a certain way, and you shouldn't have to apologize for that. You know, and that's, I think that you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Every day is a journey. We're just trying to get there. And thank you for doing this because,
Hey.
you know, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
People don't invite you to things in LA, man. And you don't get invited to as much things as you think you would.
Well, and I gotta say, maybe it's from where you're from. I don't know, but your energy and personality when I met you, because you know, when we talked after the show, you was like you are now. All right, you weren't standoffish or weird. You didn't know who I was.
No.
Right?
No.
You didn't know who.
You know what's funny about that? When somebody from St. Louis tells you you're from St. Louis, so it's like a standoff moment for like 8 seconds where you're like, what the fuck is he about to say next? Like, where you from? Or something like that. So I was like,
St. Louis?
Oh man, I moved 3,000 miles away to get away from this stuff.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
I thought that was you, but no. It was cool.
No, it was a vibe, man, and yeah, but you were warm and welcoming as well. And my brother remembered you too. He was like, "Yo, man, you need to get old boy on the show." Just to give you an idea how my little brother is. You need to get old boy on the show. That's my baby brother. And I was like, "Oh yeah, Grimes, right? From St. Louis. Yeah, he was wrong, wasn't he?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, make sure you get him on the show." I'm like, "I will."
Shout out your brother, man.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah, because I didn't forget about you, but you was the first person he mentioned because he was there that night too, and he was real quiet.
Very cool.
He
that
don't
was
do
the
too much
security
talking
that night. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
But yeah, he remembered you, and you was cool like that. So man, we love to have you on. I'm glad that you came on, brother, and
man,
I can't wait to see what else you do.
Oh, that's cool. I can't either.
Because you're not talking about, I want to get on all these movies and all this, that. You're just saying, I want to take my stand-up to a whole nother level. And you don't see I haven't ran into a lot of comedians who just are like, this is what I'm doing.
I want to sit here. I want to, like, affect stand-up.
Yes.
Like, so that's the, or they, you know, like, oh, yeah, they started with that Grimes shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I want to like push it far enough where people respond to it. Like I'm doing something enough that the audience is responding the right way, and everybody's thinking like, well, if we're pushing the envelope further, then let's keep like competitively make everybody work harder to make the audience have a better time. Like that is my goal, so that it's to be so funny that we like let's keep making the audience win. Yeah, this is the end goal, is for you guys to walk away going, woo!
It's a healing.
This is good. I like where comedy is right now. Like, if we're not doing that for y'all, then we're not doing enough. So I want to push that part of it where we feel the pressure to go, oh shit, I gotta give them good content, good quality, good humor, so that I can keep a job too. You know. So.
And before we go, do you feel that's missing now?
I feel like there's a void where we're starting to reward the wrong parts of comedy. You know, and
do tell.
That part, I think we should just save that space for people who are trying to make sure the audience is walking away the most satisfied, not the conglomerates or the social media sites or the ads, you know, where they're just like, I'm gonna talk about this instead and keep away from that. I want people to feel, you know, let people feel the best they can when they get out of that room with you.
Yep.
Don't tell jokes to satisfy somebody else's interests. Like, be you, be original, be fun, be memorable, because it's an experience. If they left their house for you, you know, be good. So that's my logic. You bought a babysitter, paid for a babysitter, got your date, you're trying to impress her, you're trying to have a great night, and you come and see me, I want you to walk away going, woo, I'm glad I bought that ticket, because now I'm having a great night. It was worth it. It was worth the babysitter. It was worth everything, you know? So that's the experience part I want people to feel like they got their money's worth for, you know? Not the ancillary things that are starting to get popular.
John Grimes.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thank you. Oh, man, this is fun. Y'all great. Give it up for yourselves. Oh, my goodness. Thank y'all for...